Grade A, homework B. You've got to work out 16 to the power of minus 3 over 2. I'm going to split it up. I'm going to deal with it in 3 separate stages. I'm going to deal with the power of a half first. 16 to the power of a half means square root of 16, so that's 4. Then I'm going to deal with the power of 3 next. So I'll take that answer, 4 to the power of 3. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And then lastly, I'm going to deal with the power of minus. The power of minus 1 means reciprocal, or 1 over. So the answer is 1 over 64. I can do the same to 64. The power of a third means a cube root. So that's 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. The power of 2 means squared. So 4 squared is 16. And the negative power means reciprocal. That's 1 over 16. So we split it up into the 3 steps. Follow on from each one, you get to the answer. We'll simplify a third. And I need to split up 252 into some square numbers. Now I know 4 times 63 is 252. But I know 63 is 9 times 7. So I've got some square numbers here. So if I write square root of 252 is the square root of 4 times the square root of 9 times the square root of 7. Using my laws of thirds. I know what the square root of 4 is, I know what the square root of 9 is. So that's 2 times 3, that's 6 root 7. That's much simpler than square root of 252. Okay, I've got to rationalise the denominator. The denominator is root 8, so I don't want any thirds on the bottom. So if I multiply root 8 by root 8, I'm actually going to get 8. So if I multiply the whole fraction top and bottom by root 8, I'm not going to change its size because that's just 1. Times something by 1, it's not going to change size. So I'm going to have 2 root 8 over 8. And I can cancel the 2 and the 8 to give me 4. The answer is root 8 over 4. I don't have a third on the denominator, so it's being rationalised. The upper limit of 5 over 19 will be when I have the 5 is at its biggest and the 19 is at its smallest. The biggest value to one decimal place will be 5.5 divided by 18.5 give me 0.2973, and the smallest value I'm going to get is when the 5 is at its smallest and the 19 is at its biggest. So 4.5 divided by 19.5, 0.231. We've find this length and it's opposite that angle of 19 degrees, and I've got an angle and its opposite side there. So I've got 2 pairs of angles on opposite sides, so I can use the sine rule. Now if I'm trying to find the side, I'm going to put the side on the top when I write it down. So I've got x over sine 19, that pair. It's got to be 15 over sine 44, which is that pair. So if I multiply up by sine 19, I'm going to have 15 times sine 19 divided by sine of 44, it's going to be x. Make sure my calculator is in degrees. 15 times sine 19 equals divided by sine 44 equals 7.03 centimeters. Grade A, homework B, part 2. I'm going to find a missing side and a non-right angled triangle. And I've got 2 sides in the included angle, so I always say that that's cosy because it's nestled between the 2, so that means I'm going to use the cosine rule. It doesn't matter which you call B and C because we're squaring them both and adding them and multiplying them together. So I write out my cosine rule. B, I'm going to call 13, C is 18, and the angle A is 34 degrees. So I need 13 squared plus 18 squared, take away, I might use brackets here just to be sure, 2 times 13 times 18 times cosine 34, close brackets, equals 105.01, and then I'm going to have to take the square root of that because that's a squared, square root, answer equals 10.25 centimetres. Question 7. Give the equation of the line perpendicular to y equals 3x plus 5 passing through 5, 3. Well, the gradient that's perpendicular to 3, okay, is minus 1/3. Find the perpendicular gradient, you change the sign and you do the reciprocal. Okay, you do your A levels, you always write down m1, m2 equals minus 1. Two gradients multiplied together make minus 1 if the perpendicular. 3 times minus 1 over 3 makes minus 1. So our equation of our new straight line, perpendicular, is y equals minus 1/3 x plus some constant that I don't know. However, it's got to go through the point 5, 3. So when x is 5, y happens to be 3. So I can sub that in. X is 5, y has to be 3. So C equals, if I add 5/3 onto the other side, move that over, I've got C is 3 5/3, which you change it all into thirds, makes 14 over 3. So the equation of the perpendicular is y equals minus 1/3 x plus 14 over 3. Now I could multiply across by 3 and write it slightly better as 3y equals minus x plus 14. Question 8, you've got to find the volume of this shape here. That's called a frustum. It's actually a big cone with a smaller cone chopped off the top. The formula for the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Pi r squared h is the volume of a cylinder, and a cone occupies 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. That's how you can remember it. So I need the big cone, take away the smaller cone. Now I've got all the measurements apart from, I don't know the radius of the smaller cone. However, the smaller cone is 1/3 the height of the big cone, and they both share the same angle, so it's actually 1/3 the size of it. If it's 1/3 the size of it, its area will be 1/9 of it, and its volume will be 1/27 of it. So actually what I could do is work out the volume of the big cone and then just take 1/27 off. So volume of the big cone, 1/3 pi, radius is 5 because the diameter at the bottom is the 10. So half that to get me 5. 5 squared times the height 15. That's 392.5 centimeters cubed. So if I divide that by 27, I find the 27th of it. If it times by 26, the same as knocking off a 27. We'll have 377.96 centimeters cubed. If you didn't want to do it using scale factor of volume, you've got to work out the volume of the small cone, which is 1/3 pi times the radius. Well, I don't know the radius. However, using the same factor, it's 1/3 the height. Its radius will be 1/3, so 5 divided by 3. would be the radius of the small cone, times 5. So if we work that out, divided by 3 to get the third, the volume of the small cone is 14.54. So if that's the volume of the big cone, take away the volume of the small cone, you get 377.96, which is the same answer as doing it the other method. So you've got a choice of 2. Question 9. I've given a curve and it's given a point 5, 4. F of x plus 3. If we add 3 onto the x in the function, it moves it 3 left. So if that point was 5 along and 4 up, it's actually going to move back left, so it's going to go to 2, 4. If I have f of x plus 3, I am adding 3 onto the whole function, and that will move it 3 up. So it'll still be 5 across, but instead of being 4 up, it'll be 7 up. So these rules of functions, f of x minus 3 would actually move it 3 right, and f of x take away 3 would move it 3 down. So there's the sort of your 4 directions you can move, so you've got to recognise those.